just up a bit further up the farm. You can see my partner Asher there with his yellow hat. He's talking to a sheep farmer at the moment. We're talking about grazing sheep on this bit, checking it. So hopefully we'll have about 50 ewes put on there. And our bit is here, then along there, down to the road. And then this is our land. We didn't put the tractor tracks in, some people before us did. That grey blob you might be able to see over there is one of our ponies. To the extent of our land, it carries on further over. There's the house, there's the farm, and this eventually will probably be the goat paddock. It's about 4 or 5 acres of scrub, and it's got lots of piles of stones in it.
We don't have a decent map of where the fencing runs on this farm, so what I'm doing at the moment is walking down all of the fence lines with my trusty little GPS and marking points along each line. This allows us to plot all this on a map so that we actually know where everything is on the farm. 100 acres is actually too big to keep in your own memory. Another fun thing is that a lot of the waterways that should be keeping the farm fields nice and dry are clogged up. Now, from looking at old maps and from speaking to the previous farmer, I think that what I'm standing in should be a stream. But, as you can see, it's just loads and loads of rushes with wet bits. Nope, that's a welly. So, soggy rushes. So, another job in the spring will be getting a digger and digging all this lot out, and then we should hopefully get more working field area. Now I'm a few hundred metres further down from the last checkpoint, and there's a definite collapsed fence along here that needs fixing, but the ditch is actually starting to appear properly. It probably hasn't been maintained in about 10 years, which means this field is damper than it needs to be. With the plenty of rain we have up in Scotland, we need to get it properly drained. It's very exciting. I struck mud, watery mud, which means this is a ditch, and it will be once I've dug it all out. The reason Cheryl isn't doing this job is because these reeds come up to my chest, and I'm considerably taller than Cheryl. The tops of these poles are pretty much level with the top of my head, so Cheryl would just disappear and we might never find her again.
Obi! Come on! It's a lovely evening, and the roosters have decided that actually they're just going to sleep out tonight. Oh, this is always fun trying to get them in. But as you can see, roosters living happily together. There's one rooster who's where he's supposed to be, in his little house. Hey, Toots! Hello, Toots! What we're just doing now is opening up 2 paddocks. So they've got this one with a shelter in, and then they'll have this one next to the house as well. And this is because the goats need to browse. And in our back garden, just there, is a lot of bushes that the goats love to eat. And rather than moving them all around and worrying about is the goat getting enough browsing and everything, we decided just to open these 2 up together, so we'd have to keep moving the goat round several times a day. So the goats and the sheep can all live in these 2 paddocks, and all we're doing, opening 2 gates, chaining a pallet onto them. They've got a nice space. Hey Dot, as Dot is showing us. Hi darling. He's a scruffy little creature. And here comes Steve. Petsy first, Onesie, Steve, And Teddy, who's now run off first. Just taking Sausage home. He was in one of the fields that's at the bottom of our drive and he's got an injury, so he's coming into the yard. Hopefully we can get it cleaned up. I'm waiting for the vet to call me because it looks like quite a nasty injury. I don't think it is a nasty injury, it just looks far worse than it is. He's actually on a lead. One good thing about Sausage, this pup, he's absolutely fantastic. He's so easy to deal with. He was trained to a lead as a lamb. He was very sickly as a baby. He's a lovely lad. Sausage has come in with an abscess on his head. It hasn't looked like this all along. I've just taken the top of it off. Poor little lad. You still can't quite get the courage. Look, they're trying to encourage him. I think the first time he sort of scared himself. He's not quite sure how he got up there.
Yeah.
Sorry, try again. Probably would have made it if you had the light on. No, he's lost confidence now. Hi! Yay, the girls got up there. Go on, be brave, little man. You'll be out of there very soon, aren't you?
Yes. Get monsters with about them.
It's the same lamb.
Showing you the mountain breed.
You can't quite do it.
Wait till tomorrow.
You got up there earlier. You can do it. How you doing, little one? Is that nice? You are not supposed to be up there, lads. This is not where you sleep. We're supposed to be in there. There's your house. Tick, 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 ticks. Gonzo, go away. Tick, 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 ticks. Gonzo, go away. Good boy, Peep. Tick, 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 ticks. Finally, the geese have finally decided to use their stream. They're just having a drink. If they go the other side of that little dam there, there's a pond that we dug out for them so they can have a good bath. They haven't quite got that far yet. But this is progress. Yeah, this is your stream. You should have a bath in it. momentous occasion. It's probably because I'm up here and the chickens are up here. And so, the cleanup begins. Oh, got to put all of that in my chicken muck heap. It's hard work, but it has to be done. I used to open this door here, throw it up on top, but it's now got to the point where if I open that door, a load of it falls out, so I'm just going to have to lift it over the top. May not sound like much, but when you're only a foot taller than the pallets, it's hard work. Okay, it's been about 10 seconds. Don't think the chickens want me to put this up on the muck heap just yet. Thanks, girls. It's the 4th of January. Finally got it all up there. 4th of January 2019. That's my first muck heap build for this year. And it's full to the top. Nice and full. See how long that takes to go down. Won't be long. Sausage is loose at the moment on the farmyard. He's got himself a headbutting injury. Unfortunately abscessed. There's Seffi the goat there. Him and Seffi and Kronos the male goat spent a lot of time headbutting each other. And for Sausage, unfortunately, instead of healing properly, it turned into an abscess. So, little dot. So Sausage had to stay in last night on his own and he wasn't very happy. But he's not allowed to have anybody in with him at the moment in case he headbutts them again. And this won't heal. As you can see, he's already starting to do with Seffi. So he is out on the yard for a while. And as he was a pet lamb, he's very used to being handled. He's used to us. And I've put the medical collar on him, which is a red collar. Ours don't generally wear collars, the goat does, but other than that the sheep don't anymore. He used to when he was younger, and I now keep a medical collar so that if any of the animals, so I've got to find him, he's gone in there. So if any of the sheep or goats are on any medication, I stick a red collar on them, so it just is a reminder that they need to have medication, but he's used to being led anyway, so he's been led around. I used to work on the railway and we had these big red things called reminder appliances, and they'd be in place to remind you of things, and I've just always kept that up. Oh, hello! This happens all the time now. Hey, chickens! Hello! Hi, darling! That's my hand, little monkey. They all follow me. They're very cute. Oh, he really wants to go in with his friends, but he's not allowed. In case he headbutts them, or they headbutt him. He'll have an hour out in the yard while I'm doing things, and then he'll go away later. Poor lad. I might put Steve in the stall next to him. Then he's got a friend, Steve! Steve's really easy to handle. And if he's in the stall next to him, he won't be able to headbutt him. Should I put you lot next to him instead? Yeah? Got some chickens. Chickens in the goat and chicken pen. Goat and sheep pen. That's my hand. Please don't attack it again. Yeah, please. You alright, darling? Oh, he's going to follow you. Hello, geese. I think it's getting to bedtime. Goose, goose. Goose, goose. Bedtime. Bedtime. scoot, scoot, scoot. Bedtime. I don't think the lemons do bedtime.
No, they're not. You actually stop that.
Bedtime. Kiss, bedtime. Good little goosies. Oh, freaky bedtime, darling. Go back to bed. Bedtime. Hello, everyone. This is the pheasants. They're down there. Not that you can see them because they like hiding. We've just put a few more bits of shrubbery up for them. They have a nice aviary. It's good size. I can't go in there and video because I get pheasants flying everywhere. So this is their favourite little house. So I've just put a bit more greenery around it. They go and sit under there. Their water is under there, just so they can always get to it without it raining. Up there, they've got another little roost. They've got a couple of perches up there. You probably can't quite make them out. It's difficult for me to film from here. Yeah, so unfortunately I can't show you them. They've got hay on the floor, they've got sticks on the floor. They move them around quite a bit actually. You can't really make it out there, but there's a little hill for them. The floor is sand, so that it's easy drainage. I didn't actually notice how that looks until now, but they can go behind that stone. Oops. So what they've actually done is they've grabbed a load of hay and put it in there, and that's where the female sits most of the time. The male mostly sits in there, but they do join each other at times, such as when I'm terribly scary, such as now. I've just been giving them some more greenery. Their food, if you're wondering, we actually scatter it on the floor, in and out of everything they've got, in and amongst the hay and the sticks, and they sort of look around and find their food, and I prefer that rather than just giving them a bowl. They can fly in here, trust me. I've seen it a lot. I've had them around my head. But yeah, I'd like to show you them, but all I can tell you right now is they're back there, behind that little bit of shrubbery. Here's one of the pheasants nesting in the little trees I put in for them. That's the girl. The boy's at the other end. There's the boy pheasant, nesting on top of a little house he's got. You can get under there, there's a lot of shelter under there for him. He's starting to change colour.